was, if we and we've already tried to increase the levy, that's too much.
So
Was
is that
my
a
view.
Is that a motion?
Do we need a motion? Or we just need to be in agreement?
Consensus.
Yes.
Agree with you, actually.
I do
would
too.
like to also keep it where we're at without having the increase.
No, I agree. So if we agree tonight, then at the next meeting, we'll have a formal resolution that we could vote on?
Yeah, well, tonight it would be helpful for us to continue with that processing that we discussed at the board workshop. So certainly at the next board meeting, we'd provide an update about what we need from the board. We just wanted to get
Okay.
confirmation that the timeline worked for you as well as the amount that we were considering.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Very good. Also, we do have the site visit calendar for Wahidas on the 20th. Hopefully, we can all make that.
Starting at 8:30, that seems so late, but I know that school chimes are so different.
It says 8:10.
Yeah, I thought it was
Oh.
8.
8:10 is when we meet with the teachers
Yep.
in the library.
Yes, sorry. Sorry, I was wrong.
All right. And as committed to, the superintendent goals and the annual calendar are there for our perusal, and should the need arise to make some changes on there. Moving on to item B4, student representative reports. Elise, wondering if you have something to tell us. I was informed Gael was not able to make it tonight.
Yeah, I have a little blurb from Gail. He said that he got positive feedback from how the assembly and picture day ran, and then I have a report from a few of the schools.
My children both hated their picture day pictures on there.
I also did not like mine.
They were like, I'm so washed out, it's white, and anyways, it was funny. They look hilarious.
Yeah, mine too. Anyways, our first graders at Wahidas and the life skills students were excited about their field trip to the fair on Friday, and then student leadership for sixth grade is off and running, and they've had some great applications, and they're going to have 2 groups, one for each semester at Ludicaga. Their first graders and their special education classes are looking forward to their field trip. They're finishing their beginning of year assessments and starting small group instructions at the preschool. Sorry, it's really small. I can't read it, and I don't know how to make it bigger. They've only been in preschool for a week, but they've learned their routines, and they're getting a lot more of the kids to start talking, and they have a few openings at their preschool village. So they're reaching out to the community, and that's all I have for tonight.
Very good. Any questions for Elise?
Thank
Just have
you.
one little one. Do we need, if we're going to be there Friday with the first graders, and she's in the building and her daughter shows, do we need to let you guys know?
At the fair,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll confirm whether or not we need to
Okay. So, I mean,
announce
you're
a
going to be at the
potential
fair, right?
quorum.
And then I'm going with the
Yeah.
first graders from Hiawatha.
Okay.
So.
Thank you for letting us know that.
Okay.
Great question. All right, moving on to item C1. Any questions before I call for a motion for required approvals?
I do have a couple. There's a couple of accounts payable questions that I have. So we're paying CH2O for $10,000 and change. What is that for?
Can you hear me? Sorry, that was for the CH2O?
Yes.
That was for some 5 barrels of glycol solution for the HVAC system at the high school.
Okay. Definitely want to keep that cool. Fit and Fun Playscapes for $6,000.
Hiawatha purchased some stencil and paint for their playground and their sidewalks to do activities and keep the kids active.
Oh, how fun. And then K-Log for $33,000.
That was for Scootney. They ordered a variety of furniture, like chairs and lap desks and some rockers and some lockers for their paras.
Perfect. Okay. I would like to make a motion that we approve the required approvals.
Motion's been made by Director Stevenson. Can I get a second?
My second.
Seconded by Director Prowse. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Moving on to item C2, Superintendent Informational items.
Thank you, Mike. Just two verbal updates this evening. One is around strategic planning. There was a conversation earlier about WASDA and Tricia Lubach and the training that's being offered by WASDA. The workshop that we had here to discuss the board self-assessment and the conversation tied specifically to board goals and strategic planning and goals for the system. I think we determined at that point we're going to get started with this process. And so we've engaged in a review of potential folks to collaborate with who have experience around strategic planning from the state of Washington. Tricia Lubach from WASDA, who happens to be a board member in Quincy, I was able to speak with the Quincy superintendent and got a recommendation for a potential partner. So I had a meeting last week to talk about that. So I wanted you to know that we're actively reaching out. We're going to bring a timeline and a plan to you. I do want you to know that you should expect that it will take between 14 and 18 months to get this done. It won't be a quick process. It will involve thousands of interactions with people in our community and in our schools if we're going to do it right. So it may seem like a long-term goal. It's going to take us a year and a half, but there'll be many short-term steps along the way that will heavily involve the board. So I want to prepare you for that, and we'll provide an update as we continue the conversation with the folks that can help us with that work. Okay? The next one is just around enrollment. We certainly know that the last couple of years it's been difficult to determine who's in school, who's not in school, who's online, and who's not. Many of our families have decided to come back, those that made a determination that they weren't comfortable with the COVID protocols for whatever reason. So the numbers are starting to balance out. You know, we're approaching sort of the first month of school here, and we're up 25 across the district from budget. So the budget is very accurate, and it's nice to be on the positive side of that. So we're happy about where we're at. We'll certainly continue to monitor that trend over the next several weeks and throughout the year. But we feel like we're in a good position, and we're excited that the families who weren't participating in our system the last couple of years have decided to return.
So approximately how many students is that we have enrolled?
I think it's 4441. 4465. 4441 was the budget, so that was close. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Approaching 4,500 students.
Awesome.
Very good.
All right, thank you for that, Mike.
All right. Moving on to item F1, upcoming events. We have the school board visit to Wahidas on the 20th, and then our regular board meeting on the 26th at 7 p.m. Right on. Moving on to item F2, board self-assessment of the meeting. Great meeting. Well planned, well executed.
We
Is this our
had-
shortest one yet?
No,
No.
we've
Oh.
had student
Recognition.
recognition. Oh my goodness, I wish we could have those at every meeting. Staff
That
too,
was great.
but yay that we have that back.
Yep.
And again, even in this shortened meeting, the topics that were discussed of importance, relevance, information that is updated, factual. So that was, I
Great
think, a
job,
definite
Cynthia.
plus.
Woohoo!
Shout out.
Yes. Maybe the only change would be that we have, like, we're missing Gael.
And knowing him, I'm sure his reason is.
I'm okay with that. I mean, we all have things that happen,
We missed.
but people are missed when they have other things happening for whatever reason.
Okay.
Yep.
Pete, any input? Very good. Okay, moving on to item E1.
G.
G1,
G1.
yes. The board will recess into executive session for 15 minutes to discuss the performance of a public employee per RCW 42.30.110 1G. No action will be taken following the executive session. Thank you all for joining us. We will recess for 2 minutes and reconvene in Pete's office. Thank you.